Good morning, YouTube. This morning I'm going to go ahead and do a light review, headlamp review. And these are some of the lights that I've had out here for the years now. And I'm going to go ahead and tell you. Good morning, YouTube. This morning I'm going to do a review on all the headlamps and lights that I've had out here over the years. And kind of just do a comparison and tell you a little bit about each one of them. And then in a minute I'm going to take you outside. It's still dark out. And I'm going to go ahead and show you the power of each one of them. But each one of these headlamps has a functionality to it that works for you. Now I will say this. Pretty much whenever you're inside of a cabin, you don't need that much light. You just need something hanging off your head so you can see kind of what you're doing. Some of these are just way too powerful, but they are nice. It's one of those things in life. When you need the light, it's better to have it than to not have it. So I will go ahead and review these real quick. So the first one that I ever brought out here was a Princeton. Now I've had this thing for probably 7 or 8 years now, and just the other night it gave up the ghost. This thing is now dead. I can put fresh batteries in it. I can click it on, and I have to hold the on button for it to actually have any light. So this thing finally gave up the ghost. It's junk. The next best headlight that I bought, and I think I paid 50 or 60 bucks for it at REI years ago, is a Petzl. Now you guys have probably seen these before. I don't know if the camera's picking that up, but it is Petzl brand. And this is the Actic, A-C-T-I-K model. Now, I know that Petzl makes a whole line, all these lights make a whole line of flashlights and headgear and everything. These are just the models that I have. So it's kind of hard to do an apples to apples comparison here, because each one has their specialty. But this Petzl right here has always served me very well. It's light, it's durable. When I strap it onto my head, it's easy to wear. I can barely tell it's there. You know, it's just one of those things. It's a good indoor light. It has 3 functions, as you just saw. Small, medium, large, then off. So I've always liked this one, and this is more than enough power for what I need inside the cabin, or if I'm just outside tooling around and it's kind of dark. The second one is the old tried and true mag lights, these big boys. It's got 3 D-cell batteries in it. You grab it, boy, you can kill an animal or a person with it. They just got some weight behind them. They're good stuff. And this one's pretty simple. It's just a turn on. It goes to a wide and then a small beam. That's it. But it does put out a ton of light. Obviously, I'm not going to be using that everywhere I go. That's more of a specialty light if I'm trying to scan a large area outside. The third one. Now this is where I started to kind of go a little crazy and stupid, so to speak. I bought a Thrunite. And this model of Thrunite is the TH30 model. Now these have been, Thrunite in general on YouTube has been tested by 45,000 people. There's been 45,000 videos of Thrunite lamps, and they're all great. It's a great company. They put out a ton of light. But to be honest with you, when I'm wearing this thing, because Thrunite is technically a little flashlight that also has a holder that goes on your head. It is a little bulky, it does weigh something, and I can really tell that this thing is sitting on my head. Now I'm not going to turn this on inside. It does have 4 modes. Light, a little bit brighter, medium, and then what I call stupid mode. Okay? This stupid mode puts out so much light, it'll blind you. It's ridiculous. If I was lost out in the woods and it was pitch black and I was scared of, where the wild things are and bears and wolves and Sasquatch and all that, yeah, I'd want the Thrunite on my head on stupid mode because it just lights up the forest. But for inside, it's absolutely ridiculous. There is no use that I would ever use this thing for inside. Now, I do wear it sometimes, but I always keep it on either low or the next setting up, and that provides me with more than enough light for what I need to do. Just recently, for Christmas, my family purchased me the O-Light, and this is the O-Light Baton model. Baton Pro. This thing also has 3 or 4 settings, and it also has a stupid setting. So it rivals the Thrunite. Now I'm not going to do this is not scientific comparison, guys. All I'm saying is that the Thrunite and these O-lights, these things produce, on stupid mode, produce so much light, it's unbelievable. Now I will say this about stupid mode on these two lights right here. When you put them on those modes, it drains the battery. Now, I'm not going to sit here and do a comparison and a technical analysis of all these things and how long you can actually get the light for. I will say this, though. Every time I get one of these lights, I always read the specs on how much usage you can get from each mode of it. And let me tell you, it's a lie. And it's a lie for one thing. Because these lights are not being tested in the laboratory out in negative 20 degrees, 5 degrees, and 10-degree weather. Now, out here this winter, it's been pretty damn chilly to say the least. So, whenever I take these things outside, you have to understand, if it's 20 below, batteries hate the cold. Whether it's cameras, doesn't matter. Cameras, flashlights, you name it, batteries and cold do not go together. So, for instance, if this Thrunite says that it'll give me 4 hours on stupid mode, yeah, that's probably correct inside somewhere that is heated. I go outside, I can expect about an hour, hour and a half before it starts flashing and saying, hey, I'm about to die on you. One thing I have noticed about this model, the Thrunite, is that it takes so long to charge. I have not thoroughly tested the Baton O-Light, but it's the same thing. I take it outside, and whenever it's very cold outside and I have it on stupid mode, you can just tell that it drains the battery. Because when I go to recharge these, before I get that green light fully recharged, it just takes so long. So guys, I'm going to go ahead and grab these 4 lights. I'm going to walk outside. I'm going to walk down my steps a little bit, and I'm going to go point these at the forest. So it is about to get dark outside. And like I said, this is not some laboratory tested comparison of lumens and this and that and the other. I'll let the geeks at MIT, Caltech, and Stanford do all that measurements and whatnot. This is just some redneck in the middle of the Alaskan forest doing a review on 4 lights. But the best way that I can review these is to actually shine them into the forest while it's still dark. So I'm going to scoop these up. I'm going to walk outside, so the camera's going to go dark here in a minute. But hang on with me for about 10-15 seconds. You'll hear me talking, and I'll tell you which one that I'm testing, and I'll run through all the modes. Then I'll run back in here and we'll do a recap. Okay? Here we go, guys. Going outside. I always seem to make these videos early in the morning. And this morning looks like the sun. It's a little cloudy and overcast out. Alright guys, bear with me here. So here's what we're going to do. We're just going to set up right here, and I'm going to shoot these lights into the wood pile. I'm standing directly to the left of the camera right now, and I'll run through the modes with them. Here we go. So this is the mag light. And you can see, you can spot it, and that's about as wide as this model goes. There are others that go wider, and this provides you with more than enough light, but you can't mount this to your head. You have to hold it in your hand. Okay, so that's the brightest that this one goes. Okay, the next light that I'm going to test is going to be the Thrunite, and I'm going to put this on my head, and then I'll aim it exactly where I was just aiming that other one. Okay, so this right here is low mode, and as you can see, it does light up enough out here. Okay, so this kind of gives you a good idea. It lights up the forest a little bit. You can see what you're doing. So we're going to go to the next mode. Okay, that is mode number 2 on this same flashlight. And it definitely gives you bright light. You can see what's going on. It lights up and illuminates the forest pretty well. So let's go to the next mode. Obviously much brighter. Everything is wider, and this is an LED light. So as you can see, it really takes care of what you're looking for. It just gets brighter and brighter and brighter. And now we're about to go to stupid mode. Okay, right there. So that's lighting up everything pretty well. Everything looks good. You can definitely see what you're doing. There is no lack of light. It definitely lights up the forest. I can see 50, 60 yards in front of me. And that is what you're looking for. And it does mount to your head, but it is a little uncomfortable because it's so heavy. So now we're going to go to the Petzl. This is also a small headlight, and I use this quite a bit, guys. So this one right here has 3 modes as well. Okay, there's mode number 1, and you can barely see it. As a matter of fact, you can't see it at all. See it? It's barely hitting the snow pile back there. Here goes mode 2. Wait. It's acting up on me, gentlemen. Okay, there's mode 2. That is actually bright enough. This is good for wearing in the house. You can kind of see what's going on. You can see the pile. Let's go to mode 3. And of course, because I've got the camera going, it's giving me fits, guys. I'm sorry. Alright, I'm going to go ahead and kill that one. So now we're going to go to the O light. And the O light is definitely brighter than you need. So let me... Okay, that is mode 1. Mode 2. And as you can see on mode 2, now this is a little handheld light. I do not have a head mount for this. It does have a clip that you can put in your pocket or on top of a hat. And as you can see, this thing is bright enough. Now let's take it to stupid mode. And that's what I call stupid mode right there. So there is a small variation and difference in what you can see between the medium and the high, but this is definitely more bright than you would ever possibly need. But like I said, when you need the light, you've got to have it. So that's not a bad thing. Alright guys, it's about 10 degrees below out here right now. So let's bring this back inside. And as you can see, just heading back into the house here. Whew. A little chilly, guys. Ooh, so give me 1 second. I'm going to shut the door. So, that is the review. Now, I'm sorry, I did have a little issues with that one. And as you can see, this thing is just beyond bright. So, see if I'm back in there. Adjust the camera. Sorry to shake you guys so bad. I'm not exactly the best filmer. So, as you can see, these lights, they all have their purposes. The Thrunite and this O light, man, they're fantastic. But for the most part, guys, the one that acted up on me out there was this Petzl. Let's see if I can get this thing to work right. Okay, there's 1, and there's 2. Keeps wanting to go to that red flashing, I'm sorry. So of course, since I turned the camera on, of course it all starts going haywire. But you know, for the most part, a light is a light is a light until you need a lot more. Now, once again, that O light, the awesome thing about this is it has a magnetic recharger. It's got this magnet that just sits on the bottom of this thing. Let's see if I can get you go. This is going to be way too much light. But it sits right on the end of the flashlight there. So there's the whole flashlight. It does have that clip on it. And then right there on the very butt of it, there is this magnetic charger that's USB So the magnetic charger just sticks to the back of it. You plug in the USB and it starts recharging. It's awesome. The Actix uses batteries. 3 AAA batteries. You can have rechargeable batteries or just use your regular AAA batteries from the big box store. And then the Thrunite. This has a rechargeable battery in it, and it is a small micro USB, so I can also plug that into my power bank and recharge these things. So as far as the Olight and the Thrunite goes, it's awesome that you can recharge them, rechargeable batteries. So as long as you don't ruin the batteries, or the batteries don't fail on you, those will always be around. They'll never fail on you until you use all the energy out of them. But for the most part, as you can see, that little outside test, by no means scientific, but these are the 3 headlamps we use. And one other thing I wanted to say is that inside the cabin for many years, I bought this Energizer. I bought this at a big box store, okay? And that sits on our table, and we also have one upstairs in the loft. It takes 4 big D-size batteries. When I bought this thing, and I said this in another video, but when I bought this, I bought like 2 large packs of D batteries because I thought that it was just going to run through them. Well, 4 years ago, I put 4 D batteries in this thing, and it's still running. So that's been absolutely awesome. The bad thing is I've now got 4-year-old D-cell batteries sitting up there just waiting to be used, and I don't even know if they're still good. I can't imagine that they're not. But long story short, for this to have lasted 4 years on 4 D-size batteries, that's incredible. So for the most part, this one sits on our table, and then we've got another one upstairs. That provides all the light that we pretty much need. I've got a Luminoodle back behind me, one here in the tool shop, and then one in the kitchen. But for everyday wear at nighttime when we're walking around the cabin or just piddling around, we always have some sort of a headset on, a headlamp on. For the most part, like I said, I do not use the Thrunite. It's just a little bit bulky, a little heavy, and when I do use it, I only use it on the 1st and 2nd mode. That 3rd mode of stupid, that's only good for if you're in the forest or if you're out riding or something like that. This does have plenty of power. So I have been getting used to this Baton Pro as of late. And I will say that it is compact. It is a little bulky and heavy if I were to try to mount this onto my head. But it does have this clip right here, which you could obviously put on a hat or something. And it's good to put on your belt. If you need it, you've got it. And it's got that stupid mode on it, which you can easily just light up the forest. And so once again, this Olight is the Baton Pro. I then have the Petzl Actix, and then the Thrunite TH30. Now these are the 3 lights that I will generally use, and then sometimes I'll bring out the old mag light. So anyway, guys, just wanted to show you guys what I've been using. And if you guys have any questions or comments, please tell me what you're using. I know that there's 55,000 reviews of lights and headlamps and everything else on YouTube. This is just what I'm using. Just like knives. When it comes to knives and guns and lights, boy, people just come out of the woodwork, and you just can't get bigger and brighter, and it just seems like one just trumps the next, trumps the next. But guys, this is what works for us out here. So, hope you like these videos. Please like, subscribe, pass me along. If you like the videos, let me know you like them. If you don't, give me the thumbs down. Absolutely. Alright guys, so keep your boots dry, and best of luck to all of you.